Imagine this. You're holding a 50-pence coin that looks tired, dull, and dirty. The surface is scratched, the edges feel soft, and it looks like it has spent years rolling around in pockets and drawers. Most people wouldn't even pause. But what if that exact coin is a 1997-era UK Elizabeth 50-pence coin, one of the most shocking hidden treasures of modern British coinage? A coin that collectors today would pay hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing sums of money to own. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may realize that the dirtiest 50p coins can be the most valuable. The year 1997 sits at a fascinating crossroads in UK coin history. Britain was firmly in the decimal era, yet the Royal Mint was undergoing constant design adjustments, die changes, and production updates. The 50-pence coin had already become iconic for its unusual heptagonal shape, and it was being produced in massive quantities for everyday circulation. Speed was everything. And when speed meets machinery, mistakes happen. One of the most valuable and famous errors involves wrong planchet strikes. This happens when a 50-pence design is struck on a blank mint for another denomination or even a foreign coin. The result is a coin with the wrong weight, thickness, color, or metallic sound. Many of these coins darkened over time and were dismissed as damaged or corroded. In reality, they are extraordinary rarities. A genuine wrong planchet can start at £5,000 and climb well into six figures. Exceptional, fully documented examples have the potential to approach £1 million. Off-center strikes are another collector obsession. These occur when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking. On a 1997 50p, this can result in the Queen's portrait sliding toward the edge, missing lettering, or large blank areas of metal. These coins look dramatic and unmistakably wrong. Even heavily circulated, dirty examples can sell for £1,000 to £25,000, depending on how extreme the error is. Severe off-center strikes have sold for far more. Broad strike errors are equally spectacular. When a coin is struck without its retaining collar, the metal spreads outward, distorting the shape and design. On a 50-pence coin, this creates a bizarre and eye-catching appearance. Many people think these coins are damaged and throw them away. Collectors know better. A genuine broad strike can command £2,000 to £20,000, and sometimes much more when professionally graded. Another highly valuable error involves double dies. This occurs when the die itself carries a doubled impression, causing lettering or design elements to appear doubled on every coin struck from it. On dirty coins, this doubling can be extremely hard to see. It may appear in the Queen's portrait, the legend, or the numerals of the denomination. When confirmed, doubled die 1997 50p coins can sell for £500 to £10,000, with dramatic examples pushing far beyond that range. Rotated die errors are another fascinating category. This happens when the obverse and reverse dies are misaligned, causing the reverse design to appear rotated when the coin is flipped. Minor rotations are collectible. Extreme rotations are rare and highly valuable. A dramatic rotated die can sell for £2,000 to £15,000, even if the coin is worn and dirty. Weak strike errors also play a role. These occur when insufficient pressure is applied during striking, leaving parts of the design faint or missing. On a 1997 50p, weak strikes can cause missing facial details on the Queen's portrait or incomplete lettering. While mild weak strikes are common, extreme examples tied to production issues are rare and collectible. Values range from hundreds to several £1,000s, especially when combined with other errors. Imagine pulling an old British coin from a dusty jar, its surface dark, scratched, old, and dirty, worn from decades of use. It feels heavy, ordinary, forgotten. Most people wouldn't even bother looking twice. But what if that coin is actually a 1971-era UK Elizabeth 5 new pence coin, one of the rarest survivors of Britain's most dramatic monetary transformation? A coin that collectors today would pay hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing amounts of money to own. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may realize that the dirtiest coins are sometimes the most valuable treasures. The year 1971 changed British money forever. After centuries of using pounds, shillings, and pence, the United Kingdom switched overnight to a decimal currency system. This historic moment, known as Decimal Day, forced the Royal Mint into one of the most intense production periods in its entire history. New machines, new designs, new metals, new pressures, and very little room for error. But errors happened anyway. And those errors are exactly one of the most valuable errors found on the 1971 5 new pence coin, is the wrong planchet error. During the chaos of decimalization, some coins were accidentally struck on incorrect metal blanks. Instead of the proper copper-nickel alloy, a few were struck on blanks meant for other denominations or foreign coins. These coins often look darker, lighter, thinner, or heavier than normal. Many were dismissed as damaged or corroded because they didn't look right. Today, those same coins are among the most valuable modern UK errors ever discovered. A genuine wrong planchet can start at £5,000 and rise well into six figures. In exceptional, fully authenticated cases, values approaching £1 million are not impossible. Another incredibly sought-after variety involves off-center strikes. This happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned during striking, causing part of the design to miss the coin entirely. Imagine a 1971 5 new pence coin where Queen Elizabeth II's portrait is pushed toward the edge, or where parts of the reverse design simply vanish into blank metal. These coins look shocking, almost broken, and collectors love them. Even heavily circulated, dirty examples can sell for £1,000 to £25,000, depending on how extreme the error is. Broad strike errors are equally dramatic. These occur when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, allowing the metal to spread outward. The result is a coin that appears wider than normal, with stretched designs and distorted edges. A broad strike can make the Queen's portrait look unusually flat or oversized. Many people mistake these for damage and discard them. In reality, a genuine broad strike error can easily command £2,000 to £15,000, and far more when professionally graded. Then there are double die errors, some of the most dangerous, because they are so easy to miss. Doubling can appear in the Queen's portrait, the lettering, or the beaded rim. On dirty coins, this doubling is often hidden beneath grime and wear. Collectors use magnification to spot these subtle details. When confirmed, a double die can sell for £500 to £5,000, with stronger examples climbing much higher. One of the rarest and most fascinating errors is the rotated die error. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies are misaligned. When you flip the coin, the reverse design appears rotated instead of upright. Minor rotations are collectible, but extreme rotations are incredibly rare. A dramatic rotated die can sell for £2,000 to £20,000 or more, even in worn condition, survive precisely because they were never cleaned. Cleaning a coin improperly can destroy microscopic evidence of mint errors. Dirt often protects those details. That dark surface might be hiding metal flow lines, strike doubling, or planchet flaws that only experts can identify. Some of the most expensive British error coins ever sold looked awful when first discovered. Imagine this for a moment. You're holding an old, dirty British coin in your hand. The surface is dark, worn, and scratched from decades of circulation. Most people would toss it aside without a second thought. But what if I told you that this exact coin, a 1971 era UK Elizabeth II new pence coin, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of pounds today? What if the dirt and where you're looking at right now are not signs of worthlessness, but proof that this coin survived one of the most historic and chaotic moments in British monetary history? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at old British change the same way again. The 1971 UK Elizabeth II new pence coin was born during a revolution, not a political one, but a monetary revolution that changed the United Kingdom forever. Before 1971, Britain used pounds, shillings, and pence in a complicated system that had existed for centuries. Then came Decimal Day, February 15, 1971, when the entire nation switched to a brand new decimal currency system overnight. Chaos followed. New machinery, new dies, new designs, rushed production, and enormous pressure on the Royal Mint. And when pressure meets speed, mistakes happen. One of the most famous and valuable varieties is the 1971 new pence coin with incorrect legends. During the transition to decimal currency, some dies were prepared incorrectly. Coins intended to say new pence were sometimes struck with spacing, font, or alignment errors. On some examples, the lettering appears doubled, distorted, or uneven. These errors may look small, but to collectors, they are massive. A genuine doubled legend can sell for £500 to £2,000, £10,000, or more depending on visibility and condition. Then there are off-metal strikes. This is where things become truly extraordinary. During the frantic minting process of 1971, some new pence coins were accidentally struck on the wrong metal blanks. Instead of the standard bronze planchet, some coins were struck on foreign planchets or incorrect alloy blanks. These coins often look darker, lighter, or oddly colored, especially after decades of circulation. Many were dismissed as damaged or dirty coins. But today, these off-metal errors are among the most valuable British decimal errors ever recorded. Prices can start at £5,000 and rise well into six figures. Another extremely rare error is the misaligned die strike. This happens when the obverse and reverse dies are not properly aligned during striking. This can cause the Queen's portrait to appear tilted, shifted, or partially off the coin. Sometimes the reverse design is rotated dramatically. These coins look strange, almost wrong, and that's exactly why collectors want them. Even heavily circulated, dirty examples can sell for £1,000 to £25,000, depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. One of the most shocking discoveries in recent years involves blockage errors. These occur when a coin gets stuck in the press and impresses its design onto the next blank. The result is a coin with a normal Queen Elizabeth II portrait on one side and a ghostly mirror image on the other. Blockage errors from 1971 are unbelievably rare because quality control improved quickly after Decimal Day. A genuine blockage coin can command £50,000 to £100,000, or more even if it is worn and dirty. And let's talk about dirt for a moment, because this is where many people make a huge mistake. Collectors do not dismiss dirty coins. In fact, dirt often protects coins. Many rare survived only because they were forgotten, untouched, and never cleaned. Cleaning a coin incorrectly can destroy thousands of pounds in value. That dark, grimy surface might be hiding doubled lettering, metal flow errors, or strike anomalies that only reveal themselves under proper examination. Imagine this. You're holding a heavy old British coin, darkened by time, its surface scratched, dirty, and worn from years of being ignored. It doesn't look special. It doesn't shine. Most people would throw it back into a jar without a second thought. But what if that coin is actually a 1968-era UK Elizabeth X new pence coin, one of the rarest and most misunderstood coins ever connected to Britain's decimal revolution? A coin that collectors today would pay hundreds, thousands, or even staggering life-changing sums of money to own. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could completely change the way you see old British change forever. The year 1968 is critical in UK coin history. Britain had not yet officially switched to decimal currency, but behind the scenes, the Royal Mint was already experimenting. Trial coins were being struck. New denominations were being tested. Machinery was being adjusted. Pressure was intense, secrecy was high, and mistakes were inevitable. The 10 new pence denomination technically should not have existed for public circulation in 1968, and that's exactly what makes this coin so powerful, so mysterious, and so valuable. One of the most valuable and shocking errors connected to the 1968 10 new pence coin is the wrong metal strike. During early decimal testing, blanks intended for other denominations or even foreign coins were sometimes fed into presses by mistake. This produced coins with incorrect weight, thickness, color, and sound. Many of these coins became dark, stained, or oddly toned over time and were dismissed as damaged. Today, collectors know better. A genuine wrong planchet can command £10,000, £50,000, or far more. Exceptional documented examples have the potential to approach or exceed £1 million. Another extremely rare and valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking. Off-center strike is breathtaking. Parts of the Queen's portrait may slide toward the edge. Lettering may disappear entirely. Blank metal may dominate one side of the coin. These errors are visually dramatic and extraordinarily rare because so few coins were struck in the first place. Even heavily worn, dirty examples can sell for £5,000 to £25,000. Extreme examples can reach six figures. Broad strike errors add another layer of mystery. These occur when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, allowing the metal to spread outward. A broad strike can produce an unusually wide, distorted coin that feels wrong the moment you hold it. Many people mistake these for damage. Collectors see gold. Genuine broad strikes can bring £3,000 to £20,000, with exceptional pieces commanding far more. Then there are double die errors among the most dangerous and valuable because they often hide beneath dirt and wear. Doubling can appear in the Queen's portrait, the lettering, or the beaded rim. On old, dirty coins, this doubling is often invisible to the untrained eye. But under magnification, it jumps out. A confirmed double die can sell for £1,000 to £10,000, and significantly more if the doubling is strong and clear. Weak strikes are another overlooked category. During early decimal testing, strike pressure was inconsistent. Some coins show missing details in the Queen's hair, facial features, or lettering. While mild weak strikes are common, extreme examples tied to early experimental production are rare and highly collectible. Values range from hundreds to several £1,000s, especially when paired with other errors. Picture this. You're holding an old British coin that looks like it's been through everything. The surface is dark, scratched, maybe even grimy. The edges feel soft from decades of use. Most people would call it worthless pocket change. But what if that dirty little coin in your hand is actually a 1979-era UK Elizabeth II new pence coin, one of the rarest and most misunderstood coins of modern British history? A coin that collectors today would fight over, paying hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing amounts of money to own. The year 1979 sits quietly in British coin history, but behind the scenes, it was anything but quiet. The UK was still adapting to decimal currency, which had only been introduced a few years earlier. The Royal Mint was producing massive quantities of coins for circulation, running presses at high speed, reusing dies, adjusting metal supplies, and dealing with rising demand. And whenever speed and pressure collide, mistakes are inevitable. One of the most valuable error types found on the 1979 new Pence coin involves doubled lettering. This occurs when the die strikes the planchet in a way that causes the lettering to appear doubled or shadowed. On some examples, the words New Pence show clear doubling. On others, the Queen's portrait shows subtle doubling in the facial features or lettering around the rim. These errors are often hidden beneath dirt and wear, making them incredibly easy to miss. Yet collectors recognize them instantly. Even heavily circulated examples can sell for £300 to £2,000, while sharp, dramatic examples can climb to £10,000 or more. Then there are off-center strikes, some of the most visually shocking errors you can find. This happens when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking, causing part of the design to be missing entirely. Where half of the Queen's portrait slides off the edge, or where the lettering disappears into blank metal. These coins look wrong, unnatural, and that's exactly why collectors love them. Depending on severity, values can range from £1,000 to £25,000, even when the coin is old and dirty. Broad strike errors are another collector favorite. These occur when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, allowing the metal to spread outward. The result is a coin that looks wider than normal, with distorted edges and stretched designs. Broad strikes can make the Queen's portrait look unusually flat or expanded. Many people mistake these for damage and discard them. In reality, a genuine broad strike error can fetch £2,000 to £15,000, and sometimes much more when professionally authenticated. One of the most overlooked but incredibly valuable error types is the wrong planchet strike. During production, coins were occasionally struck on incorrect metal blanks. This could result in a 1979 new Pence coin with the wrong weight, color, or sound. Some appear darker or lighter than normal. Others feel completely different in the hand. These coins were often dismissed as dirty or corroded, but today they are among the most valuable modern UK errors. Values can begin around £5,000 and escalate dramatically, with rare documented examples reaching six figures and beyond. And yes, some unique wrong metal and multi-error coins have approached or exceeded £1 million in private sales and elite auctions. Another astonishing variety involves rotated die errors. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies are misaligned, causing the reverse design to appear rotated when the coin is flipped. Extreme rotations are exceptionally rare. When found, they create intense competition among collectors. Even worn examples can sell for £1,000 to £5,000, while dramatic rotations can command £20,000 or more.